Eddie Hearn. What a night of boxing. Do you just want to give me an overview of your analysis of the evening's events?
I thought the main fight was a great fight. Unfortunately, everybody talking about the scoring again, and I feel like, they wouldn't have been talking about the scoring necessarily if it was a tight decision. It was a close fight. Again, I've said when I got into the ring, I felt Callum Smith would get the decision. I thought John Ryder put up a great fight, but it's when they score it 117, 111, 116, 112 twice, I can't see those scores. And, when you've got people who watch boxing every week, like us lot sitting in the press room, and, Arthur saying Callum by one, Arthur saying John by one, how can the judge have it so wide? I mean, one of them's Terry O'Connor, who's actually a good, he's a respected official. So,
are you expecting some type of backlash tomorrow?
As opposed to backlash every other day. The backlash.
That's a really valid point, Eddie, to be fair.
No context, Hearn will tell you, the backlash makes me horny. It just is what it is. You can't do 40 shows a year and not have stick every week. So, unfortunately, people seem to think that I run Sky, DAZN, the British Boxing Board of Control, the WBA, the WBC, the Ring Magazine belt, and all of the worldwide media. But unfortunately, I don't. But when you're promoting a show, you've got to sort of take the stick, and there's nothing I can do with the judges' scorecards. I mean, one was a Brit, and two were international judges.
Just give me a Brit
by the WBA, one appointed by the WBC. So
I mean, a lot of people never expected John Ryder to perform as well as he did. He went in there; it was a valiant effort. He performed exceptionally well, and he was unlucky not to potentially get the result.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be an easy victory for Callum Smith, to be honest with you, because when you get a position where people are talking about Canelo and Golovkin, how motivated is Callum Smith in that fight? Of course he wanted to win, he trained really hard, but John Ryder's an opportunity of a lifetime, and he put in a brilliant performance, and he may kick himself, although actually it's irrelevant because the scores were so bad, but he was comfortably behind after 6 rounds, in my opinion, but he had a great back end of the fight, and I think he'll grow in confidence. He'll be disappointed because he thinks he won, and I felt like after the fight in the ring, did he truly believe he won the fight? I don't know, but I think when he got back to the change room, people said, "You won that fight, but then all of a sudden you start thinking, "Yeah, I won," But I think, Callum stood on the turnbuckle after the fight and said, as celebrating, I got in the ring, he went, "I won that, didn't I?" I was like, "I think so," but I thought it was close, and we were sitting, Paul Smith's brother there, son there, and Liam Smith and Dave Caldwell, and we were scoring the fight throughout, and Dave Caldwell was going like through 8 or 9 rounds. I don't really know, and Sky I think had Callum by 2, someone else had John by 1, but it's it magnifies it when you get those scorecards.
So effectively, you're saying that the public and people watching were 50-50 on this then?
I don't know. But what happens is, when you get scorecards like that, everyone goes the other way. Oh, robbery! Like I said, if it was 115, 114, 114, 112, I don't believe you would have got that. You still would have got people saying, "Oh, I thought Ryder nicked that," but it's magnified because of the scorecards.
So Callum got the victory, still the champion. What's next for Callum then? Are we talking about Canelo? Are we talking about a potential fight with Billy Joe Saunders? You did mention that Billy was texting you throughout the fight, asking to...
No, not Billy.
Oh, wires crossed.
No, other fighters' teams who could be fighting Callum Smith. And like I said, it kind of does him a favour a little bit that it wasn't a great performance, because those kind of names will fancy fighting him.
Who would you like to see him fight next?
I'd like all my guys around that weight class to fight Canelo. That's the big money fight. If I had a heavyweight, if I didn't have AJ, I would want everybody to fight AJ or Wilder, because you want the biggest fights in the division. But we've got a lot of guys who are capable of fighting each other. Danny Jacobs versus Chavez, the winner of that's a great fight for Callum Smith. Billy Joe Saunders against Callum Smith, Golovkin against Callum Smith. There's a lot of options out there for him.
In terms of timeframes, how long do you think this will take to come to fruition?
The Anfield fight's in end of May, early June, and that's a horrific cut. So he's not going to be, training until the end of Jan anyway. So, he'll have a good Christmas, good rest with his family, and then the work for us starts now.
And have you got a prediction on Ortiz Wilder this morning?
I think Wilder will win, but I'm curious I'm a little bit curious, and I think I'll be interested to see it. I mean, as we know, Wilder can be outboxed. My worry is that Ortiz just hasn't looked great since he lost to him. There's no performance he's put in where you've gone, whoa. But maybe he'll rise to the challenge tonight.
Eddie, it's been good talking to you again. Thanks for speaking to Jack Fletcher Media.
No problem, thank you.